Hi, folks. So, I know a lot of you know a lot about my health and that I've been on dialysis for many years and that I have retinitis pigmentosa and my eyesight is going and, things like that. But I wanted to share with you guys because I don't think many know the extent of both of those, basically. So, I've been on dialysis for 44 years and that's a really long time to be on dialysis. Um, it takes a toll on your body. I've had to have both knees replaced. I have a lot of calcification in many of my small vessels, and it takes a wear and tear on your entire body. So it's a really difficult procedure to do every day, and to do it for 44 years is almost unheard of. I think there's been like three other people or something like that. The Guinness Book of World Records is something like 52 years or something. Trust me, I am not trying to break that record. And for some dialysis patients, you can't have transplants. It's just, you can't. I have had transplants. They didn't go well at all. I was sicker with a transplant than when being on dialysis, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And that's the truth. I was in and out of the hospital. I was constantly having to do all kinds of tests to find out what's going wrong. And out of all the transplants I've had, only one of them lasted 26 months. The others either didn't work at all or barely lasted 6 months. And it wasn't until recently, about 2 years ago, that they discovered that I had an anomaly blood condition, which is a comorbid condition that goes along with my kidney disease. It's a blood type disease, and it would attack any type of organ that I ever got. So therefore, that renders me incapable of having a transplant. So therefore, dialysis must be my friend. Dialysis is not easy. Okay, so also about 12 years ago, I think it was. Um, no, not even quite. Yeah, about 12 years ago, I was diagnosed with RP, which is retinitis pigmentosa, and it is a degenerative retinitis, retinal disease, and basically, it makes the retinas no longer viable, which in the long term make will make me completely blind. There are different forms of RP. Some people get it at a very early age and lose their eyesight very early. Some people don't lose it until they're, way in their 70s, 80s. The type I have hits around the age of 40, which is when mine showed up. So, big and small nuts of it. So, um, with the dialysis, like I said, it's taken a toll on my body. I had my first knee replacement 10 years ago in 2014, and I just had my second knee replacement on my right knee in March. Um, I My eyesight, like I said, I was diagnosed about 12 years ago, has steadily, slowly been declining, and over the last, I'd say since the beginning of the year almost, my health has been pretty difficult. And I'm not saying any of this to get pity party or you're a tough one or anything like that. I'm just sharing. So, um, actually, I think it started before the beginning of this year. Um, in the middle of COVID almost, my fistula in my left arm started going wonky and wacky, and I ended up with a cut on my hand that went horrifically bad, and then they had to close this one, and then I got a new fistula put into my right arm, and it didn't work for, like, I wasn't, I was like, let it mature, we don't have to use it right away, because I had a catheter. I'm going to do a dialysis through the catheter. Catheters work great, but they're not a solution for permanency, because it's an open wound all the time, and you can get infections, and it's not great to have that all the time. So anyway, trying to make this not too long, and anyway, so I had, the catheter was removed once the fistula was strong enough and it started working for me. So I had the catheter removed. Well, the doctor that did it, I told him at the time when he pulled the catheter, I said, "You're hurting me, you're pushing too hard on the spot." His answer to me was, "I'm not hurting you, I have to push that hard." Yeah, never go back to a doctor that doesn't listen. I ended up with a torn rotacuff, and not just a partially torn, it's practically completely torn. So, yes, you can have surgery to fix it. The problem is it's so close to my new fistula in my arm that repairing the rotacuff could destroy the fistula. So, fix the rotacuff, destroy the new fistula. What do I do then, right? Sure, I still have legs we can put a graft in. Not going there yet. Anyway, so I've been going physical therapy for my shoulder. Well, in the meantime, in March, I had my second knee replacement on my right side. And like I said, dialysis has a toll on the body. I ended up with a drop foot on my right side. If anybody knows anything about a drop foot, hi Penny, a drop foot creates a lot of havoc. You can trip, you can fall, you're not steady on your feet. It can create a lot of problems. So I was having problems with that. So I went to a neurologist, found out exactly what was wrong. He made me a beautiful, lovely brace that I get to wear. Put my foot in, straps around my my calf, and it steadies my foot so that I walk without the capability of, my toes not following my feet and me tripping and falling. Great. Okay. I got another something to do there. Since March, my eyesight has also diminished a lot. I can't see faces anymore. Unless you talk to me, I don't know who you are. In certain lights, I can still see faces, but most of the time, I don't know. We're sitting in a room together, and you're sitting across from me. I probably won't know who you are unless you talk to me. And some people's voices I still don't know, so you might need to say, "Hey, this is," and say your name. So that's where my trusty old red and white cane comes in, right? So that people know I can't see. So, needless to say, Lisa is a stubborn ass. Lisa does not use. Hello, yeah, you're looking at yourself. Lisa does not use either of those as often as she should, or as much as she should. That's a picture of you. Our new dog Penny barks at any dog she sees on camera, on TV, or anywhere. She's seeing a picture of herself on the video, and she's growling at it. Yeah, she's silly. She's a silly head. Silly head. Needless to say. Okay, so my health, I'm trying. I go to acupuncture every Sunday. I go to my holistic doctor every few weeks. I take holistic supplements. I do Reiki. I meditate. I try and do everything I can to help myself regain and become healthy again. But I just wanted to say that it's not easy. Not easy at all. There's lots of bumps in the road, and right now I seem to have more bumps than road, so to speak. But it doesn't mean that I give up. It doesn't mean that we stop, and it doesn't mean that things are done for me. But I just wanted to share that in the last few months alone, things have gotten pretty blah, 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 blah. So, anyway, life goes on. We all learn to we all learn to live with what we are dealt. And that's what I've done, and that's what I'm doing. And even though some days I want to slam my head against the desk, I still get up and continue. And that's all we can do. So I wish all of you the best. I hope everybody continues on trucking, no matter how difficult your life is or what problems tend to creep up upon you. And, you know, life is what we make it. And if you think life is horrible, then life will be horrible. If you think life is got wonders and pleasures and things like that, then you'll see wonders and pleasures. Okay? Take care.